Beloved by Toni Morrison. Beloved is a profound narrative exploring themes of freedom, slavery, and the unbreakable bonds of family. Set after the Civil War, it tells the story of Seth, a former slave who is haunted by the ghost of her deceased daughter, Beloved. After escaping slavery, Seth's past continues to torment her in her Ohio home, where the arrival of an enigmatic young woman named Beloved intensifies her struggle with guilt and redemption. Morrison delves into the complexities of memory and identity, showing how the scars of slavery affect the personal lives of characters seeking healing and reconciliation. Let's deep dive into the book. The Haunting of 124. Set after the American Civil War, Beloved by Toni Morrison unfolds in Cincinnati, Ohio, centering on the life of Seth, a former enslaved woman. The novel begins at 124 Bluestone Road, where Seth lives with her daughter Denver and is haunted by a malevolent spirit believed to be the ghost of Seth's deceased baby, whose tombstone bears the single word, Beloved. The disturbing presence wreaks havoc, driving away Seth's two sons and isolating the family from their community. Arrival of Paul D. One day, Paul D., an old friend from Sweet Home, the Kentucky plantation where they were both enslaved, arrives at 124. He confronts the ghost, chasing it away, and rekindles a relationship with Seth. His presence brings hope to the household and inspires plans for a new, brighter future. However, the serenity is short-lived as the past's heavy chains prove too strong to break, and the household's fragile peace begins to unravel. Beloved's mysterious appearance. After a carnival, Seth, Denver, and Paul D. encounter a young woman sitting in front of their home, seemingly exhausted and mute. She introduces herself as Beloved, and without questioning her sudden appearance, they welcome her into their home. Denver becomes quickly attached to Beloved, sensing a deep connection, while Seth remains oblivious to the eerie similarities between the newcomer and her deceased daughter. The burden of the past. Beloved's presence at 124 intensifies the haunting, as she exhibits knowledge of Seth's past that she could not possibly possess. Seth becomes increasingly obsessed with satisfying Beloved's demands, interpreting her as the reincarnation of her dead daughter. This obsession leads Seth to neglect herself and Denver, dedicating all her efforts to appease Beloved, who grows increasingly manipulative and malevolent. Paul D.'s struggle. Paul D. battles with his own past and the traumas of enslavement, including sexual abuse and the loss of his brothers. His relationship with Seth is tested as he grapples with his feelings of inadequacy and his inability to fully accept Seth's love due to the scars of his past. Paul D.'s struggle with his identity and place within 124 Bluestone Road mirrors the broader struggle of African Americans seeking to carve out a space for themselves post-slavery. Revelation of Seth's act. Through flashbacks, Morrison reveals the dark history of Seth's escape from Sweet Home and the reason for the baby's death. When schoolteacher, the plantation owner, came to recapture Seth and her children, Seth attempted to kill her children rather than allow them to return to slavery. She succeeded only in killing her eldest daughter, whose grave is marked Beloved. This act, born out of a desperate attempt at protection, becomes the source of Seth's profound guilt and the haunting. Denver's awakening. As Beloved's manipulative hold on Seth strengthens, Denver realizes the destructive impact on her mother and seeks help from the community. This marks a significant turning point for Denver, who steps outside the isolation of 124 for the first time in years. Her actions rekindle relationships with the community and initiate a collective effort to save Seth. Community intervention. The women of the community, recognizing the supernatural and emotional turmoil engulfing Seth, come together to perform a collective exorcism at 124. Their intervention, blending African American spiritual practices with a profound sense of community solidarity, aims to rid Seth and her family of Beloved's destructive presence. This scene underscores the power of communal healing and support. Beloved's disappearance. The exorcism leads to Beloved's mysterious disappearance. Her departure is sudden and unexplained, leaving the characters and readers to ponder the nature of her existence. Was she a ghost, a manifestation of Seth's guilt, or something else? In the aftermath, the family, particularly Seth, is left devastated and exhausted, but there is a glimmer of hope for healing and moving forward. The road to redemption. In the novel's closing sections, Paul D. returns to 124 Bluestone Road, finding Seth bedridden and broken. He offers her comfort and the promise of a future where they can help each other heal. Denver, now working and engaging with the community, represents hope and renewal. The novel ends with a reflective tone, emphasizing the importance of memory and the struggle to reconcile with the past, while also looking towards the possibility of redemption and the reconstitution of family and identity. Let's explore together the main themes and concepts of the book. The legacy of slavery. Beloved meticulously examines the enduring impact of slavery, not just as a historical institution, but as a haunting legacy that continues to affect the descendants of those who were enslaved. Morrison illustrates how the physical and psychological chains of slavery linger, impacting the characters' identities, relationships, and perceptions of freedom. Through the experiences of Seth and her family, the novel portrays slavery's brutal dehumanization and its ability to fracture the most fundamental human connections. This theme underscores the importance of confronting and acknowledging the past to heal and move forward. Motherhood and family bonds. At the heart of Beloved is the exploration of motherhood, particularly the sacrifices, challenges, and intensity of love that define it. Seth's relationship with her children, especially her act of infanticide, highlights the extreme lengths to which a mother might go to protect her offspring from the horrors of enslavement. Morrison explores the complexities of maternal love, its power, its potential for tragedy, and its capacity to both destroy and heal. The novel also delves into the broader concept of family, examining how these bonds can offer strength and sanctuary in the face of overwhelming adversity. The haunting of memory. Morrison personifies memory as a haunting presence throughout Beloved. The characters are haunted not only by the ghost of Seth's deceased daughter, but also by the memories of their enslaved pasts. This theme suggests that the past is inescapable and that memories, both good and bad, are indelibly etched into the fabric of one's being. The novel portrays memory as a double-edged sword. While it can paralyze and torment, it also preserves the identities and histories of those who have been systematically devalued and erased by slavery. Identity and self-discovery. Beloved investigates the struggle for a coherent identity in the aftermath of slavery. The characters endeavor to construct their senses of self within a society that has stripped them of their humanity and individuality. For Seth, Paul D., and Denver, the journey towards self-discovery involves confronting painful memories and renegotiating their relationships with the past. Morrison suggests that reclaiming one's identity requires both an acknowledgement of past traumas and the forging of new, self-defined paths forward, free from the definitions imposed by slavery. Freedom and its limitations. The novel probes the concept of freedom, questioning its meanings and limitations in a post-slavery context. While the characters are no longer physically enslaved, they grapple with the psychological and societal chains that continue to restrict their true liberation. Morrison explores the idea that freedom is multifaceted, involving not just physical release from bondage, but also emancipation from the psychological scars of enslavement. Through its characters' journeys, Beloved reveals the arduous process of attaining true freedom, highlighting the roles of community, memory, and love in this pursuit. Let's talk about the author. Toni Morrison, born Chloe Ardelia Wofford in 1931 in Lorain, Ohio, was an American novelist, essayist, editor, and professor, renowned for her epic storytelling and profound insights into the African American experience. Morrison's work, characterized by its rich narrative depth and complex character development, explores themes of identity, race, and humanity. She received numerous accolades for her writing, including the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1993, becoming the first African American woman to be so honored. Her novel, Beloved, based on a true story of a runaway slave, won the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in 1988. Morrison's legacy as a literary icon endures, with her works continuing to inspire and challenge readers worldwide. Sincere thanks for watching. If you have any feedbacks or book requests, make sure to leave a comment. If this book summary has been helpful, consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Regardless, I wish you a great day.